They say December brings joy, celebration, laughter, and the sweet smell of roasted chicken drifting through every home. But nobody ever talks about the pressure, the competition, the silent fear of not meeting expectations, or the madness that comes with trying to impress people who don't even buy you pure water. My name is Amora. For 5 straight years, my husband and I ruled December like royalty. We hosted the loudest parties, wore the best clothes, posted the finest pictures, and made sure our home sparkled brighter than any Christmas tree in Lagos. People called us the December couple, and honestly, we loved it. My husband, a funny, used to say we did December the way kings and queens did coronations, loud, colorful, unforgettable. Every Christmas was our signature, our brand, our tradition. People looked forward to visiting us. Our house was the headquarters for enjoyment, cousins, friends, children running around with sparklers, music blasting from morning till night, trays of food, chilled drinks, and gifts stacked under the tree. We never did a quiet Christmas. Never, so when December 1st rolled in this year, a familiar excitement washed over me. In my mind, I already saw myself wearing emerald green for the 25th and royal blue for the 26th. I imagined my hair, my makeup, the outfits, the shoes, the decorations. Everything that made people say, "Amora, you dey try." Oh, I already had lists for the kids too, new clothes for church, matching sandals, toys, Christmas caps, fireworks. Everything, but that evening, everything changed. Tony called me into the living room. He sat on the sofa with his hands clasped tightly, elbows on his knees. The television was off. The fan hummed softly. The room felt unusually heavy. "Amora, we need to talk," he said. The seriousness in his tone made me sit down slowly. He sighed, ran a hand over his head, and then looked at me like someone carrying bad news he wished he could avoid delivering. "This year go day small," he began quietly. "Business done fall hand. Some clients no pay. Things no balance. I don't think we can do our normal dirty December this time. Make we just manage Christmas." For a moment, I didn't process what he said. Manage. What did that even mean in December language, manage? I repeated, my brows lifting. "What are you talking about?" He sighed again, deeper this time. "Baby, I'm serious. I no get the kind money we dey use do the big Christmas. E no go even reach half. I no want stress myself borrow or do something stupid. Make we calm down this year." Calm down when Christmas was literally our tradition. Calm down when people were already expecting our home to be glowing with lights and expensive decor. Calm down when my friends had been bragging, "We dey your house on 24th all year long." Calm down when even the children were already saying things like, "Mommy, will Santa buy my new race car this year? Mommy, will we do fireworks again? I want the big sparkly one." What was I supposed to tell them? That Santa too was managing. A wave of heat rushed through me. Before he could say another word, I stood up, went into the bedroom, and returned with my long list of things to buy. I placed it on the center table and pushed it towards him. "Read it." He picked it up slowly. His eyes scanned the page. His face folded with each item. 3 sets of Christmas clothes. New wig. 3 heels. Matching pajamas. Bag. Decorations. Gifts for the kids. New sneakers for David. Princess dress for Zara. 10 chickens. 20 liters groundnut oil. 20 yards of white lace. He looked up at me, stunned. "Amora, where I won't see money for all this?" "You're the man of the house," I replied calmly. "Heads provide." "That's not fair," he whispered, but I wasn't listening anymore. Because in my mind, I wasn't demanding for myself. I was demanding for the image, the standard, the expectations of everyone who usually came around. I knew my friends, Ada especially, would not let me rest. Just the day before, Ada had called laughing and already asking, "Babe, What's the theme for this year's Christmas decorations? Last year was gold and white, ABI. This year go loud oh. Will they come your side? My cousins too had sent their usual December messages. Sister Amora, hope this year's Christmas goes sweet past last year. Will they come stay with Una from 23rd? And the kids, had already started rehearsing the excitement they were used to. Daddy, will we still go see Christmas lights this year? You see why I couldn't manage. People already knew us as the couple that did the most. People admired the vibe we created. People expected perfection and I can't settle for less. So when Ifeanyi told me to manage, all I heard was, let people laugh at us. He dropped the list gently, leaned back, and rubbed his forehead like he was fighting a headache. I don't have this money, he said again, quietly. I swear. But my heart had already hardened. I stood up and walked away, leaving him with the list and his frustration. For the next few days, tension lived between us. I didn't speak much. He didn't push. But the pressure around me was increasing, friends sending voice notes, Amora, hope this year's chicken go rich oh. Last year we chopped die. Babe, you never send us the color for Christmas Day outfit. My auntie messaging, hope say Una go do party for the children. David asking, Mommy, have you bought our Christmas clothes yet? Zara tugging my dress, Mommy, my princess dress NKO. And each message tightened the knot of panic in my chest. By December 4th, I realized something disturbing. I was more afraid of disappointing outsiders than disappointing my husband, or even my own children. On the morning of December 5th, I made a decision. I dressed up, left the house quietly, and went to a small microfinance loan office near the market. The place was a cramped shop painted green, with posters promising quick loans without stress. A long queue of people sat on plastic chairs, some looking desperate, some excited, some nervous. I filled out the form quickly, pretending to be unbothered, even though my heart was beating hard. When it was my turn, the loan officer, a stout man with tired eyes, looked me over suspiciously. Madam, he said, tapping his pen, you sure say you fit pay back? Interest no 15%. Repayment day weekly. And our agents they come house if person no pay. I swallowed, lifted my chin and forced confidence into my voice, I will pay. Don't worry. He shrugged, stamped the paper and handed me the contract, sign here. I signed. Just like that, with one stroke of a pen, I took a loan of 500,000 naira, but then I stepped into a fire I wasn't prepared for. The money came in cash, bundles wrapped in rubber bands. I collected it, tucked it into my bag, and walked out feeling powerful. Strong. In control. For the first time since Ifeanyi told me to manage, I felt alive again. He gave me 100,000, claiming it was all he could afford, so low that it irritated me. Anyway, I didn't say anything because I was 500,000 richer. That same day, I went on a shopping spree, 3 new Christmas dresses for everyone. A long curly wig, gold heels, Christmas decorations, lights, garlands, ribbons, a cute bag that shimmered under store lights, Christmas shoes, toys, oil, flour. The list was endless. I returned home with shopping bags filling both hands. I dropped everything on the bed like a queen returning from conquest. I tore open the packaging, tried on the clothes, admired myself in the mirror. The excitement felt intoxicating. The idea of disappointing people suddenly melted away. I felt in control, I felt triumphant, I felt safe. When my husband asked where I got money to buy so much, I told him it was none of his business. That my God would not allow him to disgrace me, but somewhere deep inside, beneath the excitement and the glow of new things, something tugged at me, a quiet, uneasy whisper I chose to ignore, a whisper that said, this will not end well. But I brushed it aside. After all, it was December, my season of shine. Christmas arrived with its usual noise and excitement, and despite everything, our house looked like the palace of enjoyment people had come to expect. The lights sparkled, the decorations glowed, The music blasted from morning till night, and my cousins and friends filled every corner of the house, and me, I shone like a Christmas star. My emerald dress hugged me perfectly. The new wig bounced as I walked. My heels clicked confidently. Everyone admired me, some openly, others silently. I basked in the attention because that was what I had fought for, Amora. You look amazing. Every year you outdo yourself. You and Ifeanyi always debust our head. I smiled, took pictures, laughed, and served food as if everything was perfect, but Ifeanyi wasn't smiling. He watched me quietly from a distance, the decorations he didn't pay for, the clothes he didn't buy, the crowd he didn't expect. He didn't confront me, didn't ask questions, just observed with a tight jaw and tired eyes. 2 weeks after, my phone started buzzing. My debtors were calling for their money, but I couldn't pick because I had no money to give them. Then on January 3rd, when people were still posting 2025 would be my year, trouble knocked at our gates, literally, loud, violent, and angry knocks. Before we could even react, 3 hard-faced men in black marched into our compound. I froze. "Good afternoon, madam," the one in front said. "You no want pay our money. Time done pass oh." The room went still. Ifeanyi turned to me slowly. "What money?" The loan shark pulled out a document. "Your wife borrowed 500,000 Nigerian nairas from us on December 5th. With interest, no 750,000 Nigerian nairas now. Time done reached to pay. She no answer our calls again, so we come house." My breath froze. Ifeanyi's eyes widened with disbelief, then hurt. "Amora," he said quietly. "Tell me this is not true." But it was true, painfully true. I didn't want people to laugh. Everyone was expecting us to do December loud as always. I didn't want our status to drop. I explained. But every excuse only made his expression harder. "So you borrowed money," he whispered, "to impress outsiders. To protect image. To satisfy people who will not bring 1 cup of rice to this house if we are hungry." I looked down, ashamed. Tears blurred my vision. The loan shark stepped forward impatiently. "Oga, if una no pay today, we go disgrace both of una for this street. Tomorrow morning, we dey come with van." Ifeanyi looked at me one last time, disappointment heavy in his eyes. "You chose pride over peace. You chose image over your own home." Those words sliced through me. As the loan sharks left, the house became different. My cousins were already gone. My friends who loved our December parties had disappeared. Even Ada slipped away without saying goodbye. The same people I borrowed money to impress vanished when trouble came. That night, I couldn't sleep. Ifeanyi couldn't sleep either. He left the house at dawn. My heart pounded until he returned an hour later with the loan sharks behind him. He paid them 600,000 Nigerian nairas, money he squeezed out of what was left of his falling business, and promised them the rest after 3 weeks plus the accrued interest. They counted it, stamped their papers, walked away without looking back, and after they left, Ifeanyi stood outside for a long time, staring into empty space like he was searching for the version of life he lost. When he finally came inside, he said quietly, "This is the last time. I won't lie, I'm hurt. I'm disappointed. You hid this from me. You put us in danger. Next year, no dirty December. We rest." I cried and thanked him for covering my shame and promised never to be so foolish again. Because for the first time, I understood how far pride can drag a person into bondage. I wanted to look like the woman people admired online, but in the process, I almost destroyed my home offline. Dirty December finished on Instagram, but real life waited for me in January, and that January was the hardest we ever had in our home. Dear viewers, please don't do Dirty December with your capital. If you can't afford it, don't force it. Don't borrow money to impress people who won't show up when trouble comes. Marriage is partnership. Never make decisions that endanger your home secretly. What will people say has ruined more homes than poverty ever will. December enjoyment ends, but January consequences never miss their way. And finally, peace is better than packaging. Thank you for watching.